Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Welcome into your Thursday night program. I am your host, the Chief of the Leaf, the Chief of Bob the Cigar Guy, the Chief and the editor, and the only person who does anything on ChevetteReport.com. Welcoming you here to another Thursday night show. Put that music up, Chief. Jay Bates, I know you love the music. I play it for you every week. Also, it's a good way to segue into the show. Welcome in. Glad to have you this week. Before the show starts, I do want to give a big shout out to Drew East State. Throwing it back to a little 2022 and 23 and 24 of Drew State. Making sure that we bring you they make sure that we bring you the greatest Thursday night cigar show on the planet. I do want to give a big welcome into the show to a Supremo Tobacco first in the room, Gary Zanstra, Money Matt, 3 weeks in a row, my dog, Mac Bergson. Check out all your tool sales from Bergson Tool Sales. I got my package in, ordered it over the weekend, and got it in on Wednesday. Boy, that was a fast shipping, and I tell you what, I am satisfied. Thank you for satisfying me, Mac Bergson. Fireborn, Charles Adamson, Jay, the Money Man Bates, Banker John, welcome in, Bob Ellis, Sammy Flo, Ronald Smith, Michael Zakovic. Man, the whole gang is here. Matt Brugger, Jim Jurasek, welcome in. How are you doing this evening? Banker John, I think I said hello, but in case I didn't, I want to give you another hi. Anybody else? Rick Carroll sliding in here, real slick-like. Little slick Rick. Chad Whiting, welcome into the show. And I'll take it from there and get this music off. And get back to the show as programmed. Again, thank you, Drew Estate, for making sure we have something to cut, light, pour, and bring to the people every week. Until they figure out what the heck they're doing, I am not bringing them on screen. But we have hit 20 people on the show.
I was just digging that music, though, me and the first.
All right, and they're gone. I've got my co-hosts on here again. Before we go any farther, we do have 20 people on the show currently. So we continue 11 weeks of 2025, hitting 20. We are currently sitting on a 4 streak of 30 or more.
I'm sitting on a
We
chair.
almost hit the 40 streak last week. So let's see how far we can pump those numbers up this evening.
You know that as soon
I
as
want to
they
know,
see
what are
me,
you smoking?
they'll
What are
all
you
be here to
drinking?
join.
I want to know, Bob Cigar Guy, what are you smoking over there?
I'm not smoking anything yet, but I have a great cigar I'm going to smoke tonight, and we'll talk about that probably later. But I'm not smoking nothing. I have been smoking numerous cigars today. Smoked the Paustani while I was in here
The new
earlier.
San Andreas.
Yeah.
The new San Andreas Paustani out of Romacraft's factory.
Not a fan.
Nica Sueño. Not a fan.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Which that doesn't
You
mean,
heard it here first.
That doesn't mean I won't like it. We don't always meet eye to eye on our cigar selections. They're not very far off. Charles Adamson smoking a Liga number 9 box press. Yes, baby. With some Knob Creek single barrel cast strength. Let's see. Anybody else? Rick Carroll's got a Norteño with a Dr. Pepper cream soda zero. Let's see. Anybody
saying
else?
hello, Sarah.
Fireborn tonight.
Hey.
Tonight I'm doing a Macanudo emissary. España with some Stranahan's Black Diamond single malt. And I think that's pretty much it. Do let me know what you guys and gals are smoking, what you guys are enjoying this evening. Chief, is that the new from Paustani? It is. It's the brand new San Andreas. The press release is up on ChevetteReport.com.
Now, I can
the only link in the description for those who are interested at all. Go ahead, Boss Guy.
I can see why some people would like it. It is San Andreas really forward. It's very peppery, very spicy. It's got a little bit of ashiness to it, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just aggressively aggressive. There's no back notes on it. And so if I'm gonna have a spicy cigar, which I like a spicy cigar, San Andreas is one of my favorite blends. That's funny fingers behind First Lady's head. I want to have something else. I want to have a little leathers. I want to have a little cedar. I want to have a little something like that. And it just was one profile to me. So it just wasn't my favorite.
Sammy Flo says he's not smoking, but I'm eating
Plátanos
con salami. Michael Zakovic's smoke was influenced by Bob the Cigar Guy. His first time smoking the Plush.
Boom, got a crush on the Plush.
Jay Bates has got a Rogue Peppermint in. Hopefully some cigars are in my future this weekend. Matt Berger with the Espinosa 601. Na 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 na. La Bamba. Napalm. Wow. Camping Cigar, welcome into the show. What up, y'all? Another beautiful night. Ronald Smith's got the H99 with Crown Royal and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And then Joe's got a Tito Rita Barber Pole roll by a friend from Dojo.
Right.
I'd buy it. Pairing with the Dominican rum. And Mac Bergson with the Rogue Cinnamon. First lady of the cigar show.
First lady of Bob the Cigar Guy.
It's a cigar show.
On Bob the Cigar Guy channel with Chief and the Leaves. I'm glad you acknowledged that I'm here tonight, because I said hello and you just kind of kept rolling right on over me. What's up with that? You know that they're all here to see me.
Are you testing your luck?
I know you've got your finger paused to take me off screen and then go to commercial or something like that, right?
I can play it real fast.
I know you can.
How fast you want to see?
I know you can. Did you know that? Did you know that Camping Cigar was the first person to win anything on my Saturday show?
You have a Saturday show?
I did.
Might it be called the Second Saturdays with the First Lady Live giveaway?
It might be called something like that.
Isn't this Saturday the second Saturday of March?
No. Is it really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I thought this was the first Saturday.
It's the 8th.
Oh. Uh-oh. No,
Nice setup.
that's why
That's
I'm
a nice
here.
setup.
That's why I'm here, folks, is to let you know.
You sold it. You sold it good.
Thanks.
You did.
Is to let you know. For those of you from Chief and Leaves and Chief Talk and all that, Bob the
Chief
Cigar
Croc. Wow.
Chief Crap.
Okay, Mac Bergson.
Chief Crap, is that what he said?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
got a help sign down at the bottom. Look.
Help, I'm being held hostage. Yeah. So, yes, Matt Berger, you did win last month. You were number 2. But in this instance, number 2 is not the first loser. It's the first winner of the second month. Just saying. Anyway, if you'll quit crying.
I'm gonna go
back
try
there.
to find the audio of a horse being beaten after it's died.
Aww.
Beating a dead horse.
Come
Come on, guys.
I got it.
I mean, I got it. It's not nice. Anyway, I am in the cycle of having to renew my licenses. And in order to renew my licenses, I have to have so many continuing education classes. And unfortunately, a class that I am taking starts this coming Saturday. Which is technically the second Saturday with Sarah's Saturday.
And the first lady was going to go away from that class, and she was thinking about doing second Saturday. And I said, "Girl, go get your money. go get your
Take
money.
the class that pays you," is what he said. Actually.
So we will add more to the giveaway.
You're going to let me add more? What are you letting me add?
I don't know. We're giving away Cuban cigars.
Cubans?
We're giving away 5-pack of Cuban cigars. We're giving away another 7 cigars. We'll be giving away
Come on, like one of these.
swag lighters. Yeah. Swag lighters, hats, ashtrays, all that stuff. We'll be giving away a ton of that stuff.
Ooh.
I picked that up. Me and the first lady picked that up in Europe. That's legit, 100% good to go.
Not this one. These are mine.
So you're going to get a ton of extra stuff because it'll be the third Saturday.
I have to keep my license in order to continue practicing, and I do need to do that.
And while you're talking, and while we're talking about it, PCA is going to be second Saturday. So it will probably be third Saturday.
Oh no. So second Saturdays with Sarah has turned into third Saturdays.
Or it might be first Saturday.
Thanking you for your patience.
Yeah. So
in March and April.
And hopefully we won't have any more problems.
I do know, like, this we've put in some, well, not we. I take that back. Bob the Cigar Guy has put in some work for me in doing my research for me, because the coming up show, Second Saturdays with Sarah, on the third Saturday this month, we're doing, like, what I'm trying to do is kind of encapsulate some specific regions around the world that produce cigars, so that when you are a non-smoker and you're trying to buy or purchase a cigar for someone who does smoke, like, you could technically walk into a cigar lounge, store, shop, and say, I'd like a cigar from the Dominican Republic. And the tobacconist should be able to take you to any cigars in their humidor that has a cigar from the Dominican Republic. And so it might be an easy way for non-cigar smokers to, like, eavesdrop on conversations as the people are smoking. They're like, oh, well, I really like San Andreas wrapper. You know, you could walk in and go, oh, I need a San Andreas cigar. And then the tobacconist will be able to help you. So the purpose of this coming up show for tobaccos around the world. Tobacco, you heard it here hey, I need to, like, copyright that. Tobaccos from around the world.
She been drinking.
The whole purpose of that show Saturday, not this Saturday, not this second Saturday, but the third Saturday of March.
I got to ask y'all a question real quick. How many of y'all are paying attention to the first lady, or y'all are paying attention to that naked leg over there under the table that you can see in the picture. I mean that glaring leg that's
Ooh,
sitting there.
careful now.
My gravy.
Family friendly show going on over here.
How do you think I created a family?
The same way we did.
Play that music again and we'll show you.
So anyway, yes. So the show, when we do bring it to you, will not be this Saturday. I do have to start a continuing education course. It is going to go through April as well. And I'll miss you guys Saturday, but I do have to do it to keep my license, and I need to keep bringing in that big old fat paycheck.
But we'll be back next Saturday, the following Saturday.
Yes.
Why don't you just do it later in the day?
We're going to do it next Saturday.
I had thought
you could
about
just do
that.
it later in the day.
We're going to do it next Saturday on the 15th.
Later in the day.
Next Saturday at noon.
Later in the day.
Next Saturday at noon.
I kicked that around of doing it later in the day. The problem is that the class that I'm taking is at Aiken Technical College, and that is like pretty far away.
It's not that far,
but it's pretty far. It's like 3 hours away. So I have to drive there, take the class, then drive home. So
do a late show. You're out here at 8:15. It's 8:30.
Well, we decided that keeping it at 12 helps my folks on their Saturdays, because it's late enough on the West Coast that people don't have to get up early, and it's early enough on the East Coast that people haven't really gone out and done their day, or they've gone and done something and come home, and it's just the best time frame to do my show. And I just want to make a note. I went on your YouTube channel yesterday, Bob the Cigar Guy, and I pulled up the live stream videos, and I was looking at the numbers of folks who have watched my show versus the number of folks who watch other.
You smell that? I smell a commercial coming. I really, really do.
And my 500 and something views from last month's show crushes some of those numbers. Like, crush.
Would you like your feelings hurt now or later?
No, neither one.
Okay.
I know what you're going to say.
Neither one. I don't want them crushed.
I know Chief's going to say, and there's merit to it, that,
What's he going to say?
Would you like your feelings hurt now or later?
No, neither. I don't want my feelings hurt out. I want to hurt your feelings.
If Chief was
My
giving away,
don't get hurt.
If Chief was giving away hundreds of dollars worth of cigars, then he would have numbers like that as well.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what he's going to say.
Yeah, but I understand he had a star-studded show last week.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Star-studded.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Star-studded.
They were in the chat. They weren't on the show. They were in the chat.
Yeah.
So.
But is that technically on the show?
No.
No?
Because Dan Burns, Michael Zakovic, Fireborn, Jay Bates, Camping Cigar, they're not on the show. They're participating in the show. They're not on the show.
Well, anyway, so
now Chief Talk has had shows of over 2,000 views.
Has he?
Yes.
When was that?
I'm not in the comparison game.
Jeff
I know my
Borshwitz
worth.
was on.
I know my worth.
Steve Saka was on.
I don't need the validation.
Validating.
I don't need it. We've already had Terrence Riley on this year. I don't need to validate anything.
No validations needed.
Money Matt says, Chief, I don't need no freebies to support you. I ain't no bum. Appreciate you, Money Matt.
Money Matt, are you going to be watching the second Saturdays with Sarah show?
Not this month
Saturday?
or next month. Might as well call it the whatever Saturday she can show up.
Yeah, whenever I can. I mean, keeping my license, not keeping my license.
That's your baby boy, and you beat them up like that.
I am.
I am not getting beat up. Look, I am in competition with nobody but myself.
There you go.
I know that I run a very successful Thursday night podcast or video form vodcast.
The best one in Travelers Rest.
Best one on Thursday nights. I don't know of another Thursday night show that
Fair
comes
enough.
close to our numbers
6
week
years?
in and week out. And again, we are 20. We hit 26 twice. We're at 25 right now. We have not hit the 30 in a row this week, but if we hit 30 this week, we get to put a nice little tick mark through the backside of my help sign.
Poor thing. But anyway, I did want to let you guys know I really do apologize. I am not happy about not doing my show this Saturday, but I hope it doesn't throw you guys off so much that you're like, well, I'm just not going to watch anymore. Because I not only am giving away Bob's stuff.
Well, it's Bob and Chief stuff.
I have been given a donation.
I forgot.
I have been given a donation
Yeah, it's crazy.
to add to my giveaway.
Oh, it's crazy.
Fireborn says time away from the first day will make the reunion all that much sweeter.
Ah, thanks.
Diana
watching
Burns
you.
is trying to stir the pot. There's no drama here.
Yay! Get the
drama,
popcorn.
The drama is my mama.
Literally.
Don't apologize. We know you need to support Bob.
I know.
Same as that cuts like a razor.
I have to get him off the pole.
What about
The barber pole.
if it was?
Whoa.
You know what cuts deeper than a razor?
What?
A garage door.
You know, it is spring. I'm just saying.
It's the barber pole I'm taking you off of.
All right.
I was right in there with the joking.
We'll do it. We'll
I
do
think
this
I
way
win.
while you're still in here, which won't be much longer.
You're the winner.
So thank you for coming on this evening.
You're
First Lady,
welcome.
to tell all of the people who are normally on my show, which is dwarfed by your once a month show. Just I fear
She's
for
got
the
two
other.
once a month shows.
I fear for the other,
I have two
thousands of people who watch your show once a month as you give away stuff for free, aren't here on my show to hear the news. So hopefully they'll trickle over to my poor man's show over here and hear the news.
Stephen, I hope they do too. Because,
I strive to be
you need to be
successful.
supported.
Like
I
you.
wish I was close to the door. I can't
You
get out of
need
here.
to be
This is
supported.
just awful.
And I think that anyone who's watching my show that didn't watch yours, on Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I'm happy to plug your show and tell them like, hey,
Thank
go
you.
see.
I appreciate you looking out for the little people in the world. I don't know what we do. We probably only hit 30 in 4 weeks in a row because
You know what? I'm proud of you. I think that's
Did you hit
great.
30?
Not yet. It'll be 5 this week. We've done it 4 times in a row, 6 times this year, out of the 10 shows, not including tonight.
We hit 40 last week, right?
No, we haven't hit 40 yet. We got 38 last week.
No, I'm not in competition with you, and I'm just making fun
Money
and
Matt.
joking around.
I am here, and will be here. I'm not taking off Thursdays because I'm gonna drive. Chief, you just need to give away Bob's stuff too. No, here's the thing: it's not just Bob's stuff,
That's
guys. Right. It's my stuff too. Bob gets thrown here. Bob makes it. And my mom, the first lady, and everybody like, oh, this Bob's stuff. It's Bob's stuff. Everything in here is shared between the two of us. It's not just Bob's stuff. It's my stuff too. So I'm an equal loser in this.
It's the Bob the Cigar Guy channel stuff. It's not even my stuff. We're just, Chief and I are stewards of stuff.
Right.
And we have to protect
and we
from
have
those
stuff,
that want to steal
that's
our
why we
stuff.
work into our contracts. That's why we work into our contracts every year with our sponsors to send us things so that, 1, we can have things to smoke on the show. 2, we can have things to have on our desks and what. Like I use
Stuff that can be pilfered.
I use my leaf ashtray from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. I use this. When it came in the mail, I said, we're not giving that away because I'm going to use it. But we've had other ones come, and we've given one away. Sorry, not we. The first lady of the Bob's Cigar Guy YouTube channel gave one away. That's we ask for those things. We ask for those things so that we have the ability to give back to you guys. throughout the history, we've done some mega super huge raffles and given away $20,000+ MSRP worth of swag and cigars and things like that. So
Look, I'm just trying to help you
you're not
guys
on
be
screen.
successful, but they can hear me.
No, I can turn that on too.
Well, don't.
So,
I'm just trying to help you guys be successful. People want your stuff.
30.
They want your stuff. So
Put the
who
tick.
better to give it away than me? Who better to give it away than me? Because that's my thing. I like it.
There we go.
Hey! Tick mark on the back of the help sign. I thought you were going to cross through help.
No, I still need that.
Oh, you don't. Help me. But what I was trying to say is I'm not just giving away y'all's stuff this next show, because I have been gifted something else to give away by one of your, Stephen, regular viewers. One of your regular viewers gifted me a very nice gift.
Yeah.
To include in the giveaway.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm excited.
Okay. What is it?
We don't have it out here, do we?
No, but you can tell what it is.
So, one of your regular couples, one of your viewers, would you call them a regular viewership couple?
Call them family.
One of your regular family members, Mr. Dan Burns.
Uncle Dan!
Sent me a very, very lovely gift. Does he work? He works for.
He made that.
Did he make it?
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. He works for William Henry.
Welcome to the show, John Jensen. Speed
What's
this
that?
up a little bit.
It's a response to the comment.
Oh, okay. He works for William Henry. And so for people who are not familiar with that, like what all do they make? They make jewelry. So like it's
high level
men's
accessories and pocket knives and just amazing heirloom quality things.
I like the heirloom quality. So he makes.
Look, I am waiting to light up a daggum cigar.
Just light it up.
No,
Like I said, I'm just going to come in the beginning. I'll be gone. I'll be gone.
Okay.
So talk about.
Show's been going on 28 minutes.
So
You've been at
Aunt
25
Diana and Uncle Dan, have agreed and lovingly donated a very beautiful, and I have looked at it, I have seen it, a very, very beautiful William Henry pocket knife for me to be able to give away. And this really nice looking
Sugar skull.
is that it looks like it's in
called
two
a sugar.
pieces almost.
No, it's just called a sugar skull.
I mean, I know it's one piece, but it looks like it's in two pieces. It's a really nice man's sugar skull ring. And that's going to get included in all of my giveaway stuff. So thank you to Auntie and Uncle for donating a very lovely gift for me to give away. Because, like I said, on my Second Saturdays with Sarah show, that was on the second Saturday last month, but will not be on the second Saturday this month or next month. What am I looking at?
Steve.
Oh, is he dead over there?
You got Money Matt making Z's. Michael Zakovich says the longest description of a giveaway goes to First Lady. Sammy Flo says someone send Chief high blood pressure medicine.
I'm on it tonight.
Welcome.
I preemptively took 2 doses.
Money Matt's ticked. He didn't come here for a commercial.
Today, Junior.
Money Matt, I got your number.
All right. Thank you for telling us you're not going to be here this weekend or the second weekend in April. We'll be at PCA. We already knew that. We'll have other things going on during PCA. We won't have a Chief Talk during PCA because I'll be in the air flying. Actually, I won't be in the air during Chief Talk. I'll be in Dallas waiting to fly. So, I don't know. Maybe I do a live stream from the airport. That'd be fun, right? People do that all the time. So, sorry to hear that you're not going to make this weekend. Glad to hear you've got an opportunity to do your continuing education. Hate to see you go. Dad would love to see you leave. Get it?
But
All right. Back to, I'm going to play a commercial.
All right, here we go.
Bob's First Lady.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. It's the bigger love of the family.
We are back
Oh, my
to
goodness.
your regularly scheduled program. It's always, I love having my mom up here. It's always a good time. I did not expect her to try to throw some shade, but out of respect for my mother and
Oh, she
not
did it
wanting
loving.
to cast any drama.
She wanted to be part of the little.
Nah, she was taking some shots.
But
She was
see,
taking
it's
some shots.
because
Don't you defend her!
I'm not.
You're
I'm
defending her because she's your wife.
But here's the thing: you and me do this back and forth, but we've built that, right? I mean, this is part of the shtick of what we do, and people love that. And so, your mom just wanted to come in, and she just wanted to dive in on the deep end of that shtick pool, and but it was all in love. She won't let me do anything bad to you. She loves
We know it
you.
was all good.
She loves you.
So
But I'm ready to
without
drink
further ado, I am glad to go ahead and start getting on a cigar here. Bob Cigar Guy, actually, I'm going to allow you to start off with your cigar and drink pair, apparently, and get the show back to Chief Talk.
So I am starting off with a Barrel Select from Corona Cigar, Horse Soldier. One of my. I love this stuff. I don't drink it often because I only drink it for special occasions. And today is a special occasion. Chief's adjusting his camera to make sure that his head is taller than mine is.
No, I just want to get these massive pecs.
And then I decided I'm going to smoke a cigar that's really one that I've had. I've had this for 2-3 years, and I've saved it for a special occasion. Today is a special occasion, and that is a Steve Saka Chubby Unicorn. I think I've had this for about 3 years. I'll fire this up today. I've also smoked a couple really, really special cigars to me this afternoon, after I got the news. The news is what? The news is I got the job. That's right. I got promoted to SVO, which, it's not a big deal for anybody but me, but it is a big deal to me. And so I'm very excited that I get to transfer into a new position of being a next level technician. So I'm really excited about that.
A lot of people here who are very excited for you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Supreme Tobacco, Matt Brugger, Uncle Larry, Jay Bates, Money Matt, Bob Ellis, Ronald Smith, Dan Burns, Michael Zakovic, Ron, the man and Maggie, welcome to the show. Charles Adamson, Fireborn, Semiflow, Joe Machado. No, it's Sean Crowley as well. It's a really good job. We highlighted a little bit about it last year.
We did,
or last week, about how. So to not go into it super deep, the department that I used to work in and Bob the Cigar Guy works in is it for lack of better or for lack of explanation, it's just a specified mechanic on BMW vehicles at the BMW automotive manufacturing plant here in South Carolina, and it's the main mechanic. So once the car's already built and there's problems with it, imagine that, and not all of it's big problems. It's like scratches or dents or dings or cracked glass or a part got put on wrong. They need to change it out, or a tear in the carpet or a smudge on the seat or something like that. You send it to that department. It's called rework because you rework the vehicle. But it's just a glorified, specified mechanic. And this is the highest department that you can. This is the highest department job you can get, or the best. Not maybe not highest. The best department job that you can get without going into any type of management role. There's not a pay increase or anything like that. It's just a change of scenery, a better job schedule. I think it's a better job schedule. I know, Bob, you're a little hesitant about it because
Right.
Instead of you being on a rotating schedule throughout the week where you get days off throughout the week, you go to a steady 5-day-a-week schedule, but it's 8 hours a day, and you don't have to work the weekends. And I had that job in a different aspect a little bit for a few years it was the last few years that I was at BMW, and it was my most favorite time at the plant. If I could have stayed in that area my whole entire career, which you have the opportunity to do, I would have loved to have done that for the rest of my life. It's a pretty easy job. And there's not a lot of people around. It's on its own building complex. It's not in the big factory. It's on the factory maintenance compound. But it's a really nice, sweet spot to have a job. So I decided to splurge a little bit this evening and break into a 3-year-old box of these Undercrown Unicos. I don't know if you know what these are or not, but these are L40s. Now, obviously, this is not the first time I'm smoking cigars out of this box, but it'll be the first time I've touched this box in 2 years.
That is an old box.
So these L40s have an additional 2 years of age on them, and I have not smoked one since 2 years ago. So this is my celebratory cigar this evening to start off with. I don't know if I'll make it through this cigar or not. L40 used to have, and still has, a very special place in my heart. Really love the L40. It's the first Lancero that I really fell in love with, and it's still to this day my favorite Lancero on the market. I am not a Lancero guy. I don't really care for Lanceros at all. But in celebration for Bob the Cigar Guy's promotion, hiring achievement, I decided I would break into these bad boys. If you are smoking something and you're finishing it and you want to break into something new to celebrate with Bob the Cigar Guy, please do let us know as you're smoking. And obviously all the congratulations are very much appreciated.
Much appreciated.
Making poor decisions. That's a funny name. Good name. I like that. Mac Bergson, John Jensen smoking an Oliva Monticello, followed by Monte Cristo Espada, pairing with Coke Zero tonight. Congratulations on your promotion, Bob the Cigar Guy. Gary's answer with the congratulations. Peter Jones, P-Face, what's happening, everybody? I hope the show was going well. Just got done with work. Let's see. Camping Cigar is in unison with loving of the L40. Chief plays the slow jams. First Lady makes an appearance. BTCG has any coincidence? I don't think so. That's actually really funny. Sexy Chief, those look delicious.
It is
Toasted up. Cheers. I still got about a third of a bottle of original paper label Horse Soldier bleeded bourbon, saving it for weddings, funerals, and sundry special occasions. Congratulations, Bob. I was driving and couldn't text. Do be safe. So I am going to cut into this cigar with my preferred guillotine cut. You don't have that box out, do you?
I'm going to pull it out right now. Where is it?
I would have used it, but...
Hang on, I'll give it to you.
I've already cut. But I'll show it.
Is this one? Yes.
But no, that's really awesome that you were confronted with the opportunity, because one of the things that the hiring organization uses at BMW is it's not always merit based. Merit goes into a lot of it, but if you have people who have the same kind of merit and somebody's been there longer than you, they will leapfrog you, or they will, or even if you are a little bit better merit based for them and a better fit strategically in the sense of what you can do and bring to the table. If a clock number is lower than yours, right? Because they started at 1,
right?
And if you came in at 10, the number 1 is a lower clock number.
They're over 22,000 now. And I've been there 15 years. This was my dream job. This is my job I want to retire from. I never thought I'd get here because people go there and they never leave.
And that's a huge thing.
You have to be amazing to get this job.
And we talked about that job, or we talked about that a little bit last week with the sense of once you get this job, the only time job positions come open is if they fire somebody, which is rather not happening often. Somebody leaves the job, retires, wants to go do something in management or somewhere else,
or tired of traveling across the world.
This job position does not come open often, and so the fact that you were there and able to be a part of the selection was huge within itself. That's it's when
a great honor.
When you get bad news, and it's like this actually was a great honor to be even considered to this point. Like you lose the national championship, I'm honored just to have made it. I'm honored to have gotten here. So big congratulations on that reserve. This is what I was talking about. We've talked about the Calibre gear here recently, and this is a new iteration of the Calibre gear. This is a guillotine, a V-cut, and then 3 types of punch cut all in one. So when you depress the lid, the actual punches come out, and you can use them there, or you can use the guillotine or the V-cut. The only thing this thing is missing is the lighter. So I don't know where they could have put it on this thing, but that's pretty
and it matches the cutter.
Right, it matches. It's the same exact size as the lighter. Inferior color, but it is
and it matches the ashtray.
Yeah,
and they came out last year at PCA.
Jay Bates, I knew he was going to love it as soon as I saw it when you showed me yesterday, because he's a huge fan of blue, and we'll have to make sure the First Lady doesn't give that away.
Absolutely not,
because I know Jay Bates will put all the chips in the bag for that. Not that you can affect your outcome of winning, but
no, that's going to stay with me. I got a matching ashtray, and I've got a black cutter or a black lighter like that. So I think that's going to move into my regular rotation of stuff that I use. I've got 20 lighters sitting right next to me.
I'm not a big fan of the punches on it.
Here. I don't
kind of makes it a little awkward to hold.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to punch my hand with it.
Which is kind of one of the things that I run into. I think I have one of those over here. Oh, it's at my house. The punch that they have from the Quasar collection.
No.
When you pull it out, it automatically pulls out all 3 of the punches.
Yeah.
If you're not holding it right,
it'll get you.
It'll grab you. I forgot to put this light on. What a rookie. Let's see. Chief's lighting a cigar with a Rubik's Cube. It is almost like a Rubik's Cube. Luckily for me, this is a dumb Rubik's Cube, and I don't have to do any solving to get this thing to work. Nice dual flame torch on one side, and then soft flame on this side. I prefer the soft flame. I really like it, but I think it's a really cool tabletop accessory. It's not something you want to carry around with you. Michael Zakovic switched on over to YouTube. It is in blue. Mac Burton says, I knew BTCG. They just have really wanted you.
I'm blessed, that's for sure.
I did too much talking after lighting up.
See, I do not do a soft line. I much prefer the jet.
I'll do a jet, in the truck or walking around the house or whatnot. But if I'm here at the studio, that's the lighter I'm using.
Jets are like gas grills. They're just set it and forget it, right? You don't have to worry about it.
To an extent.
It's not like charcoal or
if you've got a really nice lighter, like I used this lighter last week, right?
Yeah.
Nice single jet on it. On the way over here, I used the Calibre Rally. Earlier today, I used the tactical lighter from Zycar, single flames. Not that kind. The other type.
Square one.
The round one.
That is the round one.
Max says, you said the one you have in gunmetal. Max says, you said it would take 2 weeks and it was less than a week. Dan Burns says he loves the blue as well. Michael Zakovic says I need that in red. Well, they are on the website. I don't have one to give you. Even if I had one, even if I had one, I couldn't give it to you because I don't have one in red. I don't even have one myself. Usually we get things in twos, but it's okay.
And I don't
have to. I don't have to hear the. I don't have. I got it, and they sent you one. You got green.
Well, let's talk Illy Blue. Let's talk.
I work for those.
Let's talk Leffen Lom.
I had it on my neck and didn't even use it.
2 necklaces and
one
ashtray and cutter.
Let's see.
Which I wouldn't wear it. It's cool.
Matt Bergson says, you know what this means? Bergson Tool Sales is going to run a BTCG congratulations. A week after I bought my Bergson Tool Sales. Actually, he did give me $5 off. So, Chief, is that a cutter around your neck? Yes, sir, it is. Leffen Loms. This is the little tag. It is a guillotine. It'll cut big old boy.
That would cut 80 gauge.
It's got enough room for a Gordo and a Lancero. But yeah, it is. It's Leffen Lom's French company who makes the Le Petit, the French cutter knives. But yeah, it's like a dog tag. I'm good. I don't need to demonstrate.
Can you cut that? Right there. That big old payback.
I'm a big fan of single flame, but I also am a fan of soft flame. But the thing about a jet is it's a good in all situations lighter, right? Other than where the lighters can light,
outdoor
high
weather,
winds, in the rain, moving in the truck, whatever. A soft flame, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. If it's too windy, if it's raining, it might put it out.
But if I got to light my cigar off a kitchen stove, if that's all I got, other than tiki torches and burning tires, I'm about it.
That would be a fun bracket of unconventional ways to light your cigar. Because I saw a video one time of a dude lighting his cigar off of an AK-47, or maybe it was an AK-74 that had a suppressor on it, and they shot, and they pressed it on there, kind of like we've done with the forge with forging a piece of metal out and then, lighting the cigar. I would say what would be impressive with the forge is actually just cold forging a piece of square iron, because as you beat it, it heats up. And
yeah,
so
but you got to swing.
One of the things that they'll do is they'll get a small piece and they'll do it, and then they'll light a piece of paper off of the heat from the thing that they forged to then turn their forge on.
Yeah, but you've got to have no carbon in that metal, because the carbon causes it to get work hardened and it brittles and cracks in little pieces. But yeah, I mean, you can do it, but boy howdy, you gotta swing all you got as fast as you can.
Yeah, they have two versions of the little tag. They have this version of the little tag, which is bigger than a regular dog tag. I think this is called the 135. And then they have the version 100, the T100 or L100. And it is the size of a military dog tag. Plus, they come with 2 tags and a design on one of the tags. It's actually really cool. Michael Zakovic says, so how many interviews do you have lined up for PCA? Currently, 5. I have 5 interviews lined up for PCA with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 2 emergency spots for interviews. Now, I did send out 12 emails today through the PCA notification system to companies. Those companies are, and I will read them off to you, AJ Fernandez, Warped, Tatawahe, Oliva, Luciano, Forged, which if we do Forged, there's a chance that we could get 3 or 4 or 5 companies all at Forged. We did that last year. It's General, but General owns Forged, and it's STG because STG owns General. And so last year we ended up getting, at the General Forged STG booth, we ended up getting Macanudo, CAO, and Cohiba.
And we got the other one.
We didn't get
the Soul. No, we got the Soul.
That was
and the Noche.
CAO. That's CAO.
Was that the CAO?
CAO. because we were going to possibly get L Titan to bronze, but they took her away to eat because she hadn't eaten all day. And then
That was when I got the Iberico ham when
I
we were taking
sent
pictures.
a message off to Ferio Tego through the system, Cavalier through the system. I sent a personal email to West Tampa Tobacco and to Villiger. Have not heard back from them. I have talked, and I sent one to Hoyt, Nicaragua. I have talked to Drew Estate, and Drew Estate has not put out a calendar yet. And then I sent one to my father, and then I have talked to Steve Saka, and he has not put out his calendar yet either. So hopefully they'll put their calendars out relatively soon before I start filling up spaces. As I fill spaces, I am going to think of Drew Estate and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and try to keep some time slots open.
Yeah, because we lost
the intent.
We lost Foundation last year because
we
by the time we couldn't get a date. They were slow to get it out, and by that time we had already filled up our schedule. So Chief has a very hard job because you want to get those heavy hitters. You want to get some new people.
I want to get the heavy hitters. And on my list this year, I do have some new blood to our PCA list. That new blood being AJ Fernandez, Wart, Tatawahe, Oliva. Some of the companies that forged, like Room 101, Diesel, Chill and Moose, Ferio Tego, and Cavalier are companies that I have reached out to that we have not done interviews with before. We did West Tampa 2 years ago.
Great interview.
We've done Villiger 2 years in a row. On the books already confirmed is Aganor Salif. So that'll be 3 years running with Aganor Salif. This year on the books, we do have Foundation. I've already booked Foundation. So we did not get them last year, but we do have them this year. Also have Adventura. It'll be our 3rd year in a row with Adventura. And I have JC Newman for 3 years in a row. And they are our first time slot of the year. So that's 3 years in a row that JC Newman is our number one start spot for PCA. So, and then also I have Zeno with Law. I have reached out to Camacho, and I'm waiting to hear back a time for that as well. I'm hoping that they just say, hey, you're already booked with Zeno. When you're done with him, come talk to us at Camacho. And then when you're done talking to Camacho, come over and talk to us at Davidoff.
Because we book hours.
There's a chance that we could get, I have, 24 slots available.
I think that's what you said.
It's either 24 or 26 to my knowledge. Because it's if I use the early media emergency slots, which I had to use Sunday because Foundation requested it. So theoretically, I have 2 extra slots, but of the slots that I'm trying to shoot for, I've got 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 interviews because I've already used one of my emergency slots for Foundation. So there's 23 slots that we have to fill, a chance to do 25 slots. But if we do Forged or Altadus and we end up getting 3 or 4 companies in one time slot,
right,
we could end up with 30, 40 reviews or interviews.
And some of the interviews, we go there for an hour. We have an hour. So there's travel time there into the next place, which could leave us with 40, 45 minutes. And some interviews are only 5, 6, 7 minutes long.
Right.
And so when we're walking from one place to the other, we try to hit other places. I like to hit Artisanal del Tobacco with the El Pupo. I
reached out to Artisanal del Tobacco as well. I've not heard back from them.
I like to hit Johnny Soyak with Cigar on the Bottle. We also have some new type of content we want to do. I think it's really going to – Steven actually thought about it. I didn't. But I think it's a great idea. It's gonna hit real well. Other people from the past have done it, and it seems like it's very interesting to people. And I really don't want to get into it because I think we can just show it when we do it, unless you end up wanting to talk about it sometime between now and then. But
so Ferio Tego is distributed by Davidoff or rolled by Davidoff, one of the two. But they have Ferio Tego has their own booth at PCA like they did last year or the year before. Herklotz, we were going to interview Herklotz last year, but he was basically a one-man show at PCA last year. And he may be again this year. And so he was like, I really can't give you time slots. What I can do is you just come over to me whenever you have some time and we'll see if we can shoot something. and it just ended up not being able to happen.
And the problem is that's really hard too because they're
But
there
the
to sell
fact
cigars.
that he was on the show last week in the chat on YouTube made me want to try even harder this year.
But they're there to sell cigars, and so
Right.
if you don't have a scheduled time, people come up want to talk to them about buying cigars, and they will stop talking to you to talk to somebody else. And I get it because they're trying to sell cigars. We're not going to buy 50 boxes of cigars from you. So,
welcome into the show, Jane Smith. The BTCG sale does not apply to previous purchases. He's not gonna. Can it apply to a previous purchase and you just give me a credit on the next one? Looking forward to Foundation as my because they're celebrating 10 years this year, I do believe, from what I saw something on Instagram. So, I don't want to pigeonhole myself and say what I'm most looking forward to this year. But the fact that Steve Saka was in the chat last week and said that there's going to be possibly 4 new offerings for lists this year, that does get me excited. Foundation posting that this is their 10th year anniversary and that they plan on having some stuff come out at PCA or right before PCA is tantalizing. Adventura also posting that they had some stuff they want to release this year at PCA. Super excited about that.
and nobody dropped anything at TPE.
TPE.
So a lot of people didn't drop a lot last year. I think this year is going to be the year of the drop, like it was the year before, 2022 or whatever, 23. Because last year there was not a lot of new.
What's going
releases.
on, Hunter? How you doing, brother? Sammy Flo wants to know, Bob, will you be wearing a new BTCG jersey?
I got them coming in the mail, Bubba.
Chad Whiting says, I'm going to be there. Maybe I'll see you guys. We will be there and happy to say hello as long as we're not in the middle of an interview. Because we did have that happen last year. My good buddy, Tyler, who is a tobacconist at a cigar shop down in Myrtle Beach, while you were doing your interview with Steve Saka, just completely ignored all of the camera. And Dave Lafferty almost yanked him away. I have never seen, like, Dave Lafferty, I know he gets paid to do his job at Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, and he's like Steve Saka's right-hand man when it comes, when it's not his wife or Yvonne, right? But I wonder if there's a clause in his contract that's like, you have to protect me.
The
Along with
linebacker
Chris
security
Duquet,
clause.
Chris Duquet was also, hey. So, but there were people that were walking by at times like, that's Bob Cigar Guy. Nobody ever says, that's Chief.
Oh, that's not true.
It is.
Ronnie Haisha. Abe DeBabna.
I had to track Abe down.
Tim Swanson. He gave you
Yeah.
cigars.
Tim Swanson. No, Abe did.
Abe gave you cigars.
Because I tracked him down. He gave us cigars. So I gave you one of them.
Yeah, but he gave them to you to give to me. I need to smoke that cigar too.
You need the help sign too?
No, I'm just saying. You're saying that nobody talks to me. They all talk to Bob the
they
Cigar Guy,
did.
and that's not true.
Bryant Redline here, firefighter. Howdy, everybody. Howdy. How you doing this evening? Saturday,
you are
Sunday, I'll
popular.
be camped out at the Adventura booth.
Right.
Nice. I will be at the Adventura booth on Saturday at 11 a.m. Actually, we will be at the Adventura booth on Saturday at 11 a.m.
Well, it's Feelings Day, isn't it?
You're the one crying.
We just no. You said. Everybody says, "Hey, it's Bob the Cigar Guy," but nobody says, "Hey, it's Chief." And I'm just giving you evidence that you just don't see it. It's
Sammy Flo.
people love
I
you.
have told Bob the Cigar Guy that if we ever get to a point where we can bring more people with us to PCA for help, with helping gear or putting up a security perimeter, I have already promised the first spot to Jamie Vaughn.
Wait, that's not what you said. What you said was we need to hire somebody else so I don't have to shoot all these videos.
No.
So I can do other things and they can shoot
wish
videos.
We had it in the budget this year to chip in for a photographer to help do a little bit of the content, for us and pay for it. We don't need it, but I would love to get to a point where I'm also helping cigar photographers to help us. I want to get to that point.
And it'd be cool
We're
to
not to
have
that
more
point
B-roll and other stuff because
But
at this point,
I got a couple names in mind if we ever get to that point.
at this point,
But I promised Jamie Vaughn first that if we got the chance to take somebody to PCA with us, he was going to be the one to go.
at this point, you have really taken the forward step in doing more behind the scenes work.
Sammy Flo's a jerk.
You know, and so you're starting to build connections with the industry people, not the face of the show, but the people that move the face of the show and people that move their companies. So you need to actually have time to sit and chit chat with people and build those relationships, because you're doing a lot of the behind the scenes
Chad,
stuff.
if you don't, now that you've said that, if you don't, I will be highly, highly, highly disappointed. And I'm using that in the full term, Sammy Flo. I'm using the full definition.
And I'll pay you $5 if you drop down like Wayne's World, grab the ground, and say, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy." I'll pay you $10 for that right there.
Sammy, I think BTCG needs to bring his personal barber. He's got to look fresh for the cameras. Good thing Chief has big sleeves to hold all those feels. He says, "Don't hurt me." I got it.
Yeah, but he says, "Don't hurt me."
I got, laying blasted and bombarded from my own mother earlier. Now Fireborn's doing it. I have to put up with this from Jay and Sammy and Mac, every week. Luckily, Charles Adamson, I think he said something about it being cold, so I don't know if he's still watching or not. But Chad says if you pay $500, he'll do it.
No, first he said, "I got you," so that was before the 500.
Money Matt says, "Hey, look, it's BTCG's camera guy."
Oh my gosh, that's so bad. I almost feel bad for you tonight. You know that? I almost do.
What would make my days when somebody says, "Hey, look, it's Bob the Cigar Guy." It's like, no, I'm not Bob the Cigar Guy. I'm Chief's dad.
Yeah, okay. Who will I do that with?
I will say, I'm pretty recognizable, right? This will be my third year at PCA. I was recognized last year. Especially it's good to be able to walk into booths and people already know who you are.
And you don't want to be super recognized. That's not.
I don't care about being recognized.
You like being behind the scenes and incognito on it as well. I mean,
I definitely like to move.
I had to fight you to do Chief Talk in the beginning.
No, you didn't have to fight me.
You don't want to do it.
Anyways, it is nice to walk into some of these booths and they say, "Oh, hey, Chief, are you here for your time slot?" It's like, "Yes, we are." Instead of me walking up and saying, "Hi, I'm Stephen Finley, and I emailed you a couple weeks ago about Bob the Cigar Guy, and we're going to do an interview." Oh, yeah. So I will always remind it, not in a negative light, because I would never. I think she's such a sweet lady. Nicole Knoble from Adventura, our first year going to PCA. It was, I don't remember what time slot it was, but it was right around lunch. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock.
And they were eating.
And she had just sat down with a salad in our time slot to go and be with Marcel and do our interview. And I was like, well, we'll just sit here on the perimeter and we'll just wait and see. And it was like, let's say our meeting is at 1 o'clock. We get there at 1 o'clock, 12:50, 12:55, usually about 5 minutes early.
Right.
We get there. Get over there, and then we, she's eating. Well, I don't want to mess with her. That'd be real. I wouldn't want somebody coming up to me while I'm eating, especially if I don't know them. Like if you're somebody I know, come interrupt me, come eat with me. I don't care. Take a chicken leg off my plate or whatever. We'll hang out and break bread. But when it's somebody I don't know, it's like, can I finish my food first? So I was like, just wait till she finishes. And she kept going, and she was eating and talking, and I was like, "Dad, I gotta get over there and introduce myself, because I think she doesn't realize it's time for our interview." And I think instead of having another hour wait, we had like a 45-minute time. And with some of the interviews, especially that was our first year, we didn't know how long some interviews were going to take. And Saka, Gurkha that year, did Aganorsa Leaf that year, Quality Importers. Those were all really long interviews where Big Sky, Aromacraft, Fratello were shorter ones, 3, 4, 5 minutes at max, 10 minutes in the booth that we were there. And that gives us an opportunity to go by and say, "Hey, you got some time." That's how we made our relationship with Artesano del Tobacco was we were just walking by and the guy said, "Hey, can I talk to you? You got a camera?"
Yeah, we got Ocho Cinco. We got chicken.
Yep, drunk chicken.
Founders. But now I will tell you, I will be 100% honest and transparent and clear. Chief does so much of the work in the build-up for PCA. He does so much of the work at PCA. Literally, I'm just the monkey in front of the freaking camera because I don't know these people that well. I don't have the. He will lean into my ear and he'll say, "Okay, you're going to talk to so and so and such and such, and this is this and this." He does all the back stuff. It's just that as soon as the light turns on, I'm just the face. It takes so much work.
It looks from his standpoint and probably from everybody else's standpoint, it probably looks so professional that I do it. Honestly, it's because I'm anal about it and I don't want to look like an idiot.
And so I don't worry about it because I know Steven has got it covered. And so I focus on my catchphrases. I'll go in and I will analyze the area, the space, and I will look at the things they're highlighting. And so I'll know how to highlight when we get to talk with them before we get on the show. I'll say, what are the things you want to highlight? And I'll go into my shtick of, okay, so I'm going to open with this, and then I'm just going to turn it over to you. You all right with that? And they say, yeah. And I say, okay. Yeah. And I'll get a couple pieces of pluff pieces from them so that I can figure out how to plug it where I'm not just standing there staring at them stupid and smiling. But Chief does so much to make me look good on that side of the screen. It really, and then he's got to come home and edit. So he does more of the work on PCA.
Oh, 110%.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be 100% honest on that.
No, but that is a key to a successful PCA, and I don't mind doing it because I want PCA to be successful. We're going for our third year in a row, sponsored by Drew Estate. I want to do such a good enough job this year that Drew Estate says, yeah, we want to do it for 2026. Right. So ultimately, It's a super selfish endeavor in the sense of, well, why are you doing this just because I love the game? Partially, but mostly because I want the money to be able to come do it again.
Absolutely.
Right. Because this gives us such an opportunity for content that we would not be able to get anywhere else. And our PCA content doesn't do like skyrocketing numbers. Now, with some companies, it does. My father, for whatever cigars, ends up being one of our best videos every year. I don't know if it's just because they're such a stable brand. But my thing is with Saka, it makes sense. We've got a lot of Saka heads. We had Steve Saka in the comments last week. We interact with Steve Saka on social media. When it comes to my father, we don't do anything with my father other than PCA. But those videos, they do a really good job. JC Newman usually does a really good job as well. Now, we do have a relationship with JC Newman. They sponsor the show. They sponsored the channel, not the show. We got to work on that for next year. Because if you didn't realize, we got, where did I go? There I am. Chief Talk is presented by Drew Estate every single week, so we want to get more people on the show, more sponsors on the show.
But Steven leans into a skill set. He's honed his craft on photography and videography and the editing and all that other stuff. He's growing much more.
Flying the back of the plane.
He's taken over a lot of the stuff that I've done for the first 5 or 6 years, 7 years of doing all the back stuff, right? Contacting everybody, getting everything done, working on deals. And Chief has taken that over a lot. And my skill set is much more of the front of the screen. That's just a fact. I can do editing, but I can't do it as well. Chief can do content. He does great content when he's in front of the screen, but that's not his. It's not like a fish in water.
There is a chance this year that I might try to do a vlog style. I bought the iPhone 16 Pro 2 weeks ago, and one of the thoughts behind that is getting the phone because I didn't need me the new phone, but it was time to get a new phone. And I wanted to go with the iPhone 16 Pro. Taxes is right. I'm broke. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I get taxes. Anyways, I wanted to get the iPhone 16 Pro also because I didn't get the Pro Max, just got the Pro because of the camera capability. It's a fantastic camera, really dope camera. I'm not going to switch it out for my, mirrorless full frame body camera for any of my cigar shots. But, walking around doing stuff at PCA, keeping all those files on my phone is going to be huge, right? So what I'm planning on doing is doing a vlog style. I don't know how long it'll be, of just moments in and out of the day when it comes to PCA. to have that extra content, and maybe upload it. Maybe edit it and get it ready to upload when Bob the Cigar Guy is doing his Villager After Dark series. That's some extra content we're gonna do for this year, and then we're gonna try to do some videos like the top 5 wildest things we saw at PCA, or top 5 most expensive things at PCA, or budget friendly, or whatever. We still haven't fleshed those things out. We are soon to get into those conversations because by next Thursday we will be under a month from PCA. Today is the 6th. I fly.
I can't fly.
Bob crying again.
Somebody's spending all the money. I have to drive a busted old car.
Yeah.
2-door car.
We both get into town on the 10th of April, and then the show starts on the 12th, that Saturday. There's some stuff to do that Friday before, but it's not the actual show. But we're gonna sit down here soon and have some talks, especially as the calendar starts to fill up on my end. It gives me an opportunity to kind of see exactly where we're at, where we're going, because we do have to try to get some sort of nourishment during that time. So I don't know if hopefully all of
granola bars.
The interviews that we have at either the 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or 1 o'clock hour end quick, so we can get some overpriced sandwiches.
Cigars are salad.
Yeah,
smoked salad.
Sound like Jay Bates. So Sammy Flo asks, when you edit your interviews to 5 to 10 minutes, was that the actual time live, or do you cut a lot out? Depends.
When you're with Fabian, you cut a lot out.
One of the most.
How's that Lancero, by the way?
It's really good. It's really good, very smooth. But it's still got a lot of pepper for being as old as it is. The most notorious interview that I had to scrub a lot out was Roma Craft last year. We had Sean from Roma Craft the last 2 years. Actually, Sean is no longer with Roma Craft. He just left Roma Craft last week. He's no longer with Roma Craft, but we got into the interview, and he misspoke one time, and then he fixed it, and then a couple minutes later he misspoke again, and he's like, I was like, I can fix it, don't worry, restart. And then he kind of got off on a tangent, and he was like, I think let's just scrap this whole thing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep the camera rolling, just
Start
go.
again.
And so sometimes a 5-minute video was shot in 5 minutes, and the edit on it isn't a lot. Sometimes the video is 5 minutes, and it was 15 minutes worth of content, because sometimes I take out the long pauses, or sorry, I didn't hear that, can you repeat that?
Right.
Because the trade show can get loud. This is our 3rd trade show this year. This is our 3rd location. So the last year, I think, was a better year for the trade show in terms of noise. 2 years ago,
had the mariachi band.
Very loud. It was a mariachi band last year, and Drew Estate was there last year, and there was a lot of music going on at Drew Estate's booth. But like Nick Melillo, the only time we've interviewed him was 2023. While we were in the middle of the interview, Rocky Patel paid a band to come in and start playing during the interview, and it was like, oh crap. So most of the edits that I have to do are taking out long pauses, coughs. Bob the Cigar Guy is notorious for coughing. When he gets into it, and I do the same thing. When he gets into a coughing fit or a cough, it turns into a fit a lot of times, especially earlier in the morning. And PCA starts for media at 9 this year. And so, I think this year we need to make sure that we grab coffee.
I'll probably smoke 15 cigars on the floor by the time it's all over. But I was going to say, before you talked about my coughing, I don't like editing. And so I shoot so many videos as I cough. Right? I shoot so many videos a week and throughout the year that I kind of have a one and done kind of style. Right. So I don't have a lot of let's do that over. Very, very rarely do I have a let's do that over unless Stevens give me a script and I have to dial into the perfect script. Here's the thing, too, is with my type of shooting, it's easier to take multiple parts. It's easier to do different. I'm already thinking of how to do the intro this year.
Last year,
Drew State.
Last year, I didn't think of doing the intro until the very last day that we were there. We were only there for 2 days. I didn't think of doing the intro until almost the end of the show. It was actually as we were leaving our last interview at Drew Estate, headed to the general booth, and I was like, "Hey, we need to grab this while we're here." Also, Bob the Cigar Guy and I are notorious at getting irritated with each other, and as any father and son duo does, I imagine.
Passionate.
But when you've had a long day or something hasn't gone, I'm trying to get better at not being so nitpicky on some things. But sometimes I don't hone it as well, and Bob the Cigar Guy is the same way. And so sometimes it's just a Royal Rumble clash of heads. And so this year I want to try kind of sort of in my head what I want to do is like do an intro where it's almost a voiceover, where I take shots from Bob the Cigar Guy at PCA, but also shots of the booths or the convention center or New Orleans, right? Add a little bit of that New Orleans flair around town, but then have Bob do a voiceover for me so that, and then maybe it cuts to, and this is PCA brought to you by Drew Estate, and it just being Bob the Cigar Guy. So I'm going to workshop some ideas when it comes to the intro this year. I'm going to try to do a better job at having the intro idea fleshed out before just doing it on the fly. Because doing it on the fly creates tension. So I want to try to avoid that as best as possible. I want to try to avoid as much tension as possible.
Yeah, because we've had some plane rides home, which we wait on planes and we sit at the other ends of the waiting area just because we're just.
It's not my fault. It's always his fault.
Done. We're done. And it's just because we're done.
Money Matt says Chief Talk live from PCA. I don't know. So I'm kicking around the idea of doing some sort of live from PCA, but here's the thing. And Money Matt, I know you're new to the Chief Talk sphere. So during PCA, we actually have a sponsored live show that is going to be done every night of PCA. Friday night. No, maybe Friday night.
I'll probably do it every
you're probably
night.
Gonna do Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night.
I'll probably pull up Friday night too. I'll probably do a pre-show.
It would be smart. I don't know. We got some possible stuff we got to do Friday night. So
we will see,
but it's at least 3 streams. So it's either going to be Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then maybe a Monday night if you get the 4th show in there, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, where you are going to do a debrief of
what we
show some stuff, smoke some cigars, whatever. We got an Airbnb or a Verbo this year with a backyard and a pool.
I could get in the pool.
You could.
You know how much money? You know how many views people get when they're in the pool doing cigar reviews? Of course, they're girls, but I mean.
But I did kind of kick around the idea earlier about maybe because I fly out late. Oh, I don't fly out late on Thursday. I fly out Thursday, land Thursday, and then but it's late, so I have a 3-hour layover in Dallas. The way that I had to kind of work my schedule because I'm a stay-at-home dad and I do freelance photography on the side, or as what I bring to the table. My wife's the teacher, and we have 3 kids. One of my kids stays at home. We don't pay for him to go to daycare. I take care of him. I'm his dad. And so my wife is going to get off of school at right after 2:00, and she's going to jet home. My flight from Greenville to Dallas, because there's no direct flight to New Orleans, my flight from Greenville to Dallas takes off at 4:30 and lands in Dallas a couple hours later. And then I have a 3-hour layover in Dallas. So maybe I find a spot to stream from in the airport. Probably won't. But by the time I land in New Orleans, I land at 10:44 at the moment. I land at 10:44, and then I've got to pick up my rental car. I've got to pick up my mom's friend who is flying into town as well. And then I've got to get to the house. So I don't know if I'll do a Chief Talk Thursday night. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a Chief Talk Friday morning, just waking up with coffee. I don't know. We'll see. New phone, new lenses, first class plane ticket. Chief is taking all channels proceeds. BTCG just keeps giving and gets disrespected.
I had to beg him for
Watch out,
lights.
James, garage door behind you.
I had to beg him for lights today, and he's still hesitating.
Money Matt says, Boudin. I did all the legwork on those lights, by the way.
I love Boudin. You did do a legwork on those lights.
Making poor decisions says, I'll be living off energy drinks and tacos. Chad loves the L40. It's a great cigar. I like Duke's meat sticks for protein boost without having to get chewy, jerky stuff. I love some beef jerky. I like that idea in shots of whoever you are interviewing. How's the celebratory stick?
It's good. It was extremely tight in the beginning. I was kind of worried about it. But as I smoked back half an inch, it opened up, and its flavors are fantastic. I mean, it's delicious.
Chat says, is there a negative like button when BTCG is in the pool?
So hateful. So hateful.
Yeah, you gotta pay to make him put his clothes back on. That's how it works. Bob Cigar Guy's topless poolside cigar reviews. BTCG could do a progress update on his road trip.
That's what we always do. I do a lot of that,
but he'll do it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll pump out a lot on Facebook. I'll do a lot while we're on the show floor. I just kind of do a bloggy style, just so you can kind of see the cool things and just bloggy style, and and you can kind of see the experience, because it is you can't go as a consumer, and so one of the things I want to do is let you kind of go with me, and Chief as a consumer, and just kind of see the experience, because it is a whole city. It is overwhelming, actually. It is. They don't have good street signs either. It is extremely hard to figure out where you're going. I wish they would fix that. So
this year, I have looked at the map, the floor plan for PCA, and there is one mega highway.
They need to put an app on the phone. They have an app on the phone, but they need to put an app with a map where you could actually say, here I am. This is where I want to go. I mean, it's not that freaking hard.
J-Bay says, I'll say it for you, Chief. Okay, Boomer. Vloggy style. No, I really am looking forward to the housing this year. We've talked. We don't have to talk too much about it.
Scared of it.
Talked about.
I'm still scared of it.
I mean, there's always a chance of
hotels make it easy, but this, I'm hoping this is going to be amazing.
But ultimately, we saved money doing a house. So I'm really excited.
And we can smoke,
because we can smoke. And that was the biggest thing for us. Is New Orleans is such a smoke intolerant city.
It's crazy.
And the PCA did a great job at finding some locations where people can go after hours to smoke, but they're at cigar bars.
Yeah. So how you gonna do it?
So you can't stream from those, and if you do, you got to take up space. You got to be inconsiderate to other people. So we ended up getting a house. No, it's not in the 9th Ward. We're actually on
45 minutes away. It's 30 to 45 minutes away from the convention center.
No. It's less than 30 minutes away. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's not that bad. It's less than my drive from here to my house, and I do that every Thursday. So plus, when I was over here yesterday too. Ronald Smith says we loved our Airbnb in Phoenix. But no, it's really cool. It's got a pool out back. It's got a yard. It's got a lot of parking space out in the front. They allow up to 12 people at the house. We're not going to have that many people. We have 5 people at the house, but I do have. I hope that we'll be able to get some of the some boys over to the house from the Deadly Breakfast Club to hang out with us while we're there. But we do have a pool. I don't think it's going to be pool season when we're there.
I'd love to have some manufacturers and I know they're busy, but be willing to come and be on after dark. I mean, that would be kind of cool to have. But they're busy schmoozing and spending dinners with their customers. I mean, this is 60 to 80% of their sales for the year happen that weekend. They pre-sale and they get them set up for a schedule, and they drop regularly 3-month, drops. So, I mean, that's what their grind is. Steve Saka is completely different. Steve Saka doesn't write paper. His whole people write paper. Steve Saka is just about media. That's his big push at PCA.
So there's also a pool table in the house, which is going to be fun. I think we'll find some ways to, get some games in or whatnot. Playing, pool and whatnot. Fireborn wants to know: does the first lady go to the PCA? She does this year. If so, what does she help with? She's just going to be there to hang out and have fun. We're not expecting anything of her. She might, I imagine, she might pop on during your shows. It's a good possibility. But she actually has a friend coming from Florida who she went to high school with, and she's going to be staying with us for a few days. And so they'll be gal palling it around and whatnot.
And it's our anniversary weekend.
I didn't know that.
It is. It's our anniversary weekend. And so after PCA is over, one of the reasons we drove, I know I give Chief a hard time about it. One of the reasons we drove is that we can, after PCA, kind of take our time to go back and just take a vacation between here and South Carolina and just spend some time and, do stuff like that.
But one of the good things about them driving too is I can offload some stuff on
Not
them.
a lick. Not a lick. You bought a $500 suitcase.
No, not $500.
You fill that thing up.
And I bought that with my own money, by the way, not channel money. I tried.
You did try.
I
I wanted to buy it for you.
Actually, the one that I found that the channel was possibly going to pay for was about $120 more expensive. It's the same exact size of the one that I got, but I didn't realize that there was this case. This case is just 5 pounds heavier than the other case.
And it's black and not green, or it's green.
Right. Well, the thing that sold me on this one was the fact that it was green and tan. I did not know. I know every year, and my dad hates it to death. Every time it's their anniversary, I don't call them and tell them happy anniversary. I call them and tell them you're welcome. Because I got married because they were pregnant with me.
Well, your mom just has me Twitter pated.
Yeah.
Still.
Seeing the great USA through the windshield. Money Mass says he's only 2 hours from New Orleans. But no, I am excited. I'm excited to chill out and hang out at the house. Excited for PCA. Also excited to, possibly walk around New Orleans at some points in times.
Boudin.
The food scene. I love Boudin, but I'm more looking forward to the beignets. This whole entire month, I'm on a pretty strict macro diet. I'm not doing like a carnivore diet or something like that. I'm just, I'm taking this whole entire month to see how disciplined I can be with my diet and lose weight. Still going to the gym. Obviously, I've been going to the gym for over a year now, or back at the gym for over a year now, seeing a lot of growth, in the muscle range. But I'm just trying to see how light I can get before PCA.
So you can fill back up.
Since I like I said, I've been working out for. I started last year in January. I've been going consistently every single week, multiple times a week since January. So I've lost a lot of weight in that sense. I've also gained a lot of muscle. But since starting on Monday, I'm already down 5.2 pounds. So it's crazy because I am very hungry at the end of the night. And the temptation to eat things is calling me because, like I said, I have 3 kids and a wife who's a teacher. So snacks are abundant in my house.
I've got some grilled chicken breast at the house I just cooked tonight.
I'm good.
I might want to take one of the chicken breasts home with you.
My cheat meals are Thursday night and Sunday night. Because Thursday night, I'm either come over here and eat what you guys are making, or I grab something on the way over. And then Sunday night's like family dinner. So, but like I'm cooking regular dinners for my family, and then I'm just eating pre-made dinners for myself, sticking to my macros. So when the goal is as soon as we get down to Louisiana, just blow it. If I lose 15 pounds between now and then, I'm looking to gain back 10 of them.
That's funny.
And then when I get back, I'll burn it back off and go back into. I don't know if I'll go as deep into the macros as I am right now. I'm not starving myself. I'm nowhere near it. I'm at almost 3,200 calories for a day. A lot of protein, very light fat, no sugar, except for Thursdays and Thursday nights and Sunday nights. So I am gonna blow it in Louisiana though. That is my goal. We do have 17 love reactions over on Facebook with Brian Castro, Hunter Otts, Jane Smith, Jamie Vaughn, Rick Carroll, Mac Briggs, Sammy Flo, myself, and Jay Bates. And then Tracy Sylvia, Charles Adamson, Dan Burns, Chad Whiting, Clay Murph, Ron, and Tyler Garcia with the like buttons over on Facebook. If you have liked on YouTube, I'm sure you all have. If you haven't, smash the like button. It does boost us in the algorithm, but I just can't see those numbers here on the channel or on the streaming software. Matt Brooks, it's time to call it a night. Have a great night and catch you all next Thursday. I am in, so, you know, Tim Swanson was in the chat last week and revealed to everybody that he's going to be on the show soon, or relatively soon, hopefully. We have not aired out a date. I did send him a bracket style idea for the show when he comes on, and he asked me if I could rework it a little bit, so I sent him another one today. I have not heard back from him, so I'll reach back out to him sometime in the next couple of days to see if I can lock that down. Ideally, I would like to have him on the show before PCA.
We only got 3 more.
No, 4.
One more.
We have the 13th next week, then the 20th, then the 27th, then the 3rd of April, and then in 5 weeks I'm flying. I'm flying to PCA. We're going to New Orleans. So the 10th we will not have a show. It'll be the first miss of the year. We do have 4 more weeks that we could possibly have Tim Swanson on, or other people from the industry on for PCA as well. And just because I have Tim Swanson on doesn't mean I don't reach out. If I can nail him down between now and PCA for a date, I can reach out to some other people to maybe do a PCA pre-show with somebody in the industry for the show. Sammy Flo is checking out. Says good night, all. Money Man says there's 25 likes on YouTube. Ooh. Dan Burns is checking out, so I guess it's time for us to check out of here as well. About the cigar guy, would you like to pair out of the show with any wise words?
Chief is lovely.
Aww.
His mama loves him. I love him. Jay Bates, he loves him too. He's just so lovable. And, you know, this channel couldn't be where this channel is if it wasn't for Chief. I mean, it is the Bob the Cigar Guy channel, but Chief is an integral part of it. And you are too. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I'm so glad that y'all choose to be with us. We are humbled the fact that y'all want to spend time with us. That's for sure. A little bit of wisdom. Facebook is full of people that have lost their mind right now. Don't jump on their wagon. Stay on your own wagon and think before you text. That's all I'm saying. Back to you, Chief.
Thank you for those wise words, Bob the Cigar Guy. Coming to this one over here. As we're closing out the show, want to give a big shout out to the folks over at Drew Estate for making sure that we are able to bring you guys a show every single week. Also, Drew Estate sponsors the rest of the channel to make sure that we can bring you content, have the studio, have the computers, have the cameras, have the lenses and all that stuff. Obviously, we like to make a lot of jokes about it, but ultimately, as we grow, so must our stuff. And so we continue to take that money and invest it into the channel so that we can create more and better content that makes you guys stick around, enjoy what you see, and then bring others into the fold as well. So thank you, Drew Estate. You know, primarily here for Chief Talk because Drew Estate is Chief Talk's only sponsor at the moment. If you're have another company and want to sponsor, hit me up, baby. But again, making sure that we have a show every single Thursday for you guys and gals. Do pick them up in your local humidor if you have the chance, or get them online, or hit them up online and say, hey, thanks Drew Estate for making sure that Chief Talk and Bob, the cigar guy, have a platform for us to be able to hang out every week. We did hit 5 weeks in a row, 7 out of 11 shows. We have now hit 30 concurrent live viewers across both platforms. We got up to 34 this evening, so we still have not we've not beaten our record this year of 38. which was last week. We hit 38. Terrence Riley was 36. So we and then we are sitting at 11 shows in a row out of 11 shows for 2025 with 20 or more people on the show. So thank you all for hanging out with us. Make sure that you're following ChevetteReport.com. You can sign up for emails over there to stay in the loop with the industry news. The news is going to be coming hot and heavy here soon. It's already starting to ramp up. I am being a little picky with what goes on Chevette Report right now. Some of the stuff I'm getting is like, I don't know if it's really worthy putting on there. But I assume with about to be a month out from PCA starting on Monday, the news about drops and things like that is going to start coming a lot. So love you all. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We will see you next week. Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.